Imagine being a young kid with big dreams, a voice that could change the world, and a future full of promise. Now imagine that kid being handed over to a powerful man in the music industry. A man who promised to make those dreams come true, but instead exposed him to things no child should ever see or experience. This is the story of Usher Raymond and Sean Diddy Combs. It's a story that's far more than just Hollywood gossip. It's about power, trust, betrayal, and the dark side of fame. Usher's journey into the music world started very early. Born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and raised in Atlanta, Usher was a child with undeniable talent. His mother managed his early career, carefully guiding him through the first steps in the music business. But when Usher was just 13, something changed. He lost his voice due to puberty, a challenge that could have stalled his career forever. The record label wasn't confident he would bounce back. At that fragile moment, Diddy entered the picture with promises to help. Now, here's where the story takes a dark turn. Usher's mother agreed to send her son to live with Diddy, an influential figure who at that time was rapidly rising in the music world, but already had a reputation for wild parties and a lifestyle filled with excess. The deal seemed like a golden opportunity for a young artist, but it came at a tremendous cost. Diddy's Flavor Camp was supposed to be a creative hub where artists could develop their skills, but Usher described it as a chaotic and dangerous environment. He spoke openly about walking into rooms filled with adult activities, people engaging in sex acts, and wild parties that no teenager should ever be a part of. Usher was too young to understand what he was witnessing, but the impact on him was deep and lasting. The influence of this environment went beyond the parties. Usher's introduction to the adult world was forced and confusing. In interviews, he has acknowledged that Diddy taught him about sex, a statement that reveals the manipulation and grooming that took place. Instead of being shielded, Usher was immersed in an environment of exploitation. This toxic relationship affected more than just Usher's personal life. It shaped his career in significant ways. Usher's music, especially albums like Confessions, was heavily influenced by his experiences. The themes of trust, betrayal, and heartbreak in his songs echo the emotional turmoil he faced growing up under Diddy's wing. Fans might have thought these were just personal stories about love and loss, but beneath the surface, there was a much darker reality. Usher has spoken about struggling with sleep and mental health issues long after leaving Flavor Camp. The trauma of being exposed to adult behavior at such a young age left scars. The very man who was supposed to protect and guide him became a source of fear and confusion. Despite all this, Usher's career flourished. Diddy's connections and influence helped launch him into superstardom. Hits after hits, awards, and sold-out tours followed. But success came with a price, living with the weight of what he endured and the secrets he carried. Now, with the federal case against Diddy gaining momentum, Usher's decision to speak out could change everything. His upcoming confession is expected to provide powerful testimony that will shine a light on the alleged abuses that have long been whispered about but never openly discussed. Prosecutors are likely counting on Usher's words to help build their case. The defense might argue that Diddy was too intoxicated to be fully aware of his actions, but Usher's clear and detailed account will be hard to ignore. His story will confront the claim that Diddy's behavior was accidental or misunderstood. Instead, it will reveal a pattern of grooming, manipulation, and abuse of power. Usher's confession could also help other victims come forward. In cases like this, courage is contagious. When a star as big as Usher speaks, it sends a message that victims don't have to suffer in silence. It shines a spotlight on the systems that allowed such abuse to happen, pushing for real change in the industry. But Usher's story is also a cautionary tale. His relationship with Diddy was not just about abuse, it was about control. Diddy controlled many aspects of Usher's life, from his career choices to his personal relationships. This control extended to other young artists as well. One of the most chilling parts of this story is what happened after Usher. Justin Bieber, another teenager just starting out, was handed over to Diddy's care by Usher himself. Justin was under Diddy's guardianship for 48 hours with no parental supervision. What happened during those 48 hours remains a mystery, but the rumors and images from that time suggest he was exposed to the same harmful environment. Justin's struggles with addiction and mental health may be linked to the trauma of those early years. Like Usher, he was caught in a system that valued profit over protection. His distance from Usher and Diddy today shows just how deep the damage runs. The cycle of exploitation didn't start or end with Diddy. He inherited the industry from figures like Clive Davis, Russell Simmons, and Andre Harrell. These men built the hip-hop and R&B worlds, but insiders say they also modeled dangerous behaviors. excessive partying, drug use, and abuse of power. Whitney Houston's tragic story fits into this pattern as well. Under Clive Davis's management, she faced intense pressure and abuse. There are reports that Davis held a party the night Whitney died, even though her body was just floors away. The coldness and cruelty are almost unimaginable. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith also appear connected to this dark side. Though Will publicly denies any involvement in Diddy's wild parties, insiders paint a different picture. Their son Jaden was seen at some of these events, and accounts suggest he suffered as a result. Jaden's withdrawal from Hollywood is a sign of the deep wounds caused by this toxic environment. With Diddy's trial fast approaching, the evidence against him is overwhelming. Video footage, witness testimonies, including from Cassie, who was involved in Diddy's circle, and Usher's confession create a compelling case for the prosecution. The defense's argument that drugs impaired Diddy's judgment seems weak against the mountain of proof. If Diddy is convicted, it could mean years in prison and a huge shift in the music business. The case is about more than one man. It's about an industry that allowed abuse to thrive in the shadows for decades. Usher's courage in coming forward may finally help bring change to an industry built on exploitation. His story shows that behind the glitz and glamour are real people who deserve safety and respect. As the trial unfolds, the world will be watching. The outcome could redefine how the music business operates and set new standards for protecting young talent. Behind every superstar is a person with hopes and dreams, not someone to be exploited. Usher's confession might be the start of a new chapter, one where the industry no longer turns a blind eye to abuse. Justice is within reach, and for many, this case represents hope. Hope that the truth will be heard, that victims will be believed, and that no child will have to endure what Usher did. This is more than a trial. It's a reckoning. If you found this story eye-opening, don't just scroll past. Hit that like button, share it with friends who need to hear the truth, and subscribe for the latest updates as this case unfolds. Let's keep the conversation going and stand together for justice and change in the music industry. Your voice matters. Join us.